on, everybody? Welcome to the debut episode of Running with Foreign. My name is Eddie Foreign, and I'm gladly here and appreciative of y'all tuning in. Just quick things though. Will be hopefully the first and hopefully many more. So this week I'm going on the topic of should there be double standards in relationships. So my guest this week, I have Baby New Year.
How y'all doing?
And I have Marquia. So let's get into it. Let's not hold back any further. So, Baby New Year, I'm going to start with you first. Should there be a double standard in relationships?
I do not feel like there should be a double standard in relationships, though I do acknowledge that each relationship is based on the people who are in the relationship.
Okay, Marquia, you got any thoughts?
I kind of agree on the end half that every relationship is different because every person is different. But as far as double standards, I feel like everybody should be held to the same standard so that there's no confusion or this, that, and the third when it comes to like disputes or issues.
All right, well, I'll let you start off with this next question. Should there be a common ground as far as relationships? Should that person meet the significant other 50-50?
Does everybody do 50-50 all the time? No, but should there be some type of like common ground on certain issues? I think so, because like I said before, that kind of helps out with any disputes or issues that anybody may have. You know, like nobody wants to go 75 all the way all the time and hit 90 and the other person giving like 2%. Like that's a dub.
Right, I agree. I agree with that. There should be some common ground with that. Baby New Year, what about you? Do you agree or?
I feel like, as far as common ground, that it just depends on the dynamic of the relationship. Some relationships, someone might want to be the provider, somebody might want to be provided for. Or there are relationships where people do want to meet each other halfway. It just depends on what the two people want.
I mean, like I said before, like there shouldn't be no 60-40, no 70-30 in no relationship. Like, for real, it all should be 50-50. Like, I'm just saying though, it makes relationships much more smoother and easier. So, Baby New Year, I got a question for you. Okay. So, should demanding too much it should be an issue? Should demanding too much be an issue in a relationship?
Should demanding
like, do you really demand too much from your significant other?
Oh, do I demand too much from my significant other? Well, me personally, I try to not demand a whole lot. I understand that people need their personal time. I also would like some quality time, but I just really try to have a gauge of what my partner is comfortable with. So that's how I personally feel.
Okay. Marquia?
Say it again.
Is demanding too much an issue in a relationship?
I feel like in certain relationships, yeah. But then at the end of the day, like we said before, it depends on what you agreed upon going into the relationship, if that makes sense. Because you know what that person wants and what they need from you. And kind of like, you just got to find a balance between your relationship. Because some people, what I may consider like a small deed will be too demanding for them because that's not their love language, if that makes sense. Because everybody has a different love language. So just, I would say, pay attention to that. And that could prevent you from coming off as too demanding when y'all have a understanding.
Okay, all right. And I'm going to lead off to this next question. Next question is for you. So, is it okay for your male significant to hang around female friends and you not being jealous?
Let's start off with, is it okay? And then jealousy is a whole nother issue. Let's see. Okay. If they have a like real relationship, like a real friendship, and there's no like slight flirting that happens, then I'm fine with it because I got guy friends that I don't go around flirting with all the time. And my significant other should feel comfortable in the fact that I can hang out with them and there not be no type of sexual like hidden innuendos or nothing like that. And then that's where jealousy can come into play if homegirl catches like her boyfriend's girl best friend like flirting or like doing things she shouldn't be doing. Like that would place her as like in the side chick category.
Right.
But if you're comfortable in yourself, then you shouldn't be jealous if there's clearly none of that going on in your man's friendships.
All right, so if I say this right now, if you would let your man go out and hang around his female friends or whatever, you wouldn't be mad.
No, I wouldn't be mad as long as there's nothing for me to be worried about, if that makes sense.
All right, cool. So, Baby New Year, on to you. Same question, but I'm gonna switch it around a little bit. So, is it okay to allow your female go out and hang around her guy friends and not be mad and not be jealous?
Well, if she hasn't given you a reason to be jealous prior, I don't really think that there is a problem with it. Now, if you have maybe had some infidelities in the past, then it's human. You might be a little worried, you know what I'm saying? But if they haven't set that precedent, then I don't
Preach. Go ahead and preach.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's really fair to even go there.
Especially, like, I've seen it in a lot of relationships where this dude can have a friend for years and then they get a new girlfriend who gets jealous of the girl he's been friends with for years. Like, that's not even fair. You weren't even in that relationship, especially, like I said, if they didn't have nothing going on, then you shouldn't be worried about it.
Right. And I'm gonna just go off for like an example for myself. Like, I hang around a lot of my female friends, and you know what I mean, I'm per se, my girl will be okay with it, but as long as I'm not doing nothing crazy or giving her a reason to and all that. And plus, on the flip side, I've been in relationships where it's like, oh, so it's okay for you to hang out with your guy friends and I can't hang around with my female friends? Like, son, that's a problem.
That's double standards.
It's double standards that need to be corrected. But yeah, I'm gonna get to my final question. My final question is this, and either one of y'all could start to jump on that.
Okay.
Final question is this: How can you prevent a double standard from happening? What is like the main thing that people should look into?
Conversations. Before you start a relationship, have that conversation with that person, because then you can lay out what you expect of them and what they expect of you and what you like and what they don't like. And then you wouldn't have as many issues.
All right.
That's pretty much it.
I also agree. I think communication is key.
Yes.
You have to say what you want, and that goes for both parties. So, because once they're aware, you know, they can act accordingly how they feel like they want to act.
And then if they don't act accordingly, you let them know beforehand. So
okay. Or,
get it together.
Or some of y'all girls would say, oh.
But
nonetheless, like, just the moral of the story is like 50-50. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, just meet the other person halfway. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, like, that is the most efficient and great way to communicate and for a relationship to be better. But other than that, that is it for this show, this debut show. And like I said before, I hope this will be the first of many. So I gotta thank my guest, Baby New Year, Marquia. Thank y'all for coming out.
You're welcome.
And that's it. It's your boy 84. I'm out of here. Till next time. Cheers.